Behold, this dreamer cometh. Those words were spoken by brothers of this young man by the name of Joseph that we've been studying for quite a while here on the broadcast. Joseph was a dreamer, and I love dreamers. I am a dreamer, and I've had dreams where God has showed me things in the middle of the night during my sleep, and when I woke up, I knew that this was God speaking to me. But I've also had visions, and one particular time I had a brother who had a vision concerning me. Actually, it had happened a couple times. And both times it had to do with the call upon my life to return back to the radio ministry and be behind this radio microphone. And so you say, well, Pastor, what's the difference between a vision and a dream? Well, the thing about a vision is that they'll come to you in broad daylight. You can be walking down the street and God will just give you a glimpse of something. Or perhaps as it was when the pastor in Atlanta, Georgia spoke over me, and he said, I see you as a man with his voice hidden, as he had told me. He says, God just gave me a word for you. And see, the visions are very important because they help to give us a glimpse. But one of the things that a vision will do, it'll come to you and give you insight into the will of God, even though it's doing it through our, let's say, our humanity and all of the things that become difficult for oftentimes for God to really get through to us because he's having to deal with our humanity. And a lot of times we're resisting. But the wonderful thing about the dream is that when you are in that state, and it's has many descriptions that I've heard people talk about sleep. Is it really? Are you really unconscious? No, you're quite conscious, but yet you're in a very relaxed statement, and all of your guards are down, and that's a wonderful time when the Holy Spirit can just come to you and just begin to bring revelation of the mind of God and the heart of God and the will of God that has to do with your life and your ministry. And it is such a powerful thing that as you read through scriptures and you read about how the different ones in the Old and New Testament had a revelation from God as they slept. So now Joseph has gone through quite a few experiences since the time that his brothers made that proclamation, behold, that dreamer cometh. He's been sold. He's been betrayed. He's been accused of doing things that he didn't do. And taken into this strange land of Egypt, away from his family and those who he loved, and had to make a life for himself. And we talked about this last week on the broadcast, that through it all, we find these words, and God was with him. And this powerful dream that he had concerning his brothers and his mothers and how that they would someday bow to him has been very much a part of his development and his faithfulness to God and his willingness to stay on a course because God has something for him, because he's had a dream, he's had a glimpse. I tell you what, that's one of the most powerful things, in my opinion, that a person could ever have. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.